Greetings and salutations. It is I, Johnny, and this is episode number 5. That's right, episode number 5 of the Who the Heaven Is I podcast. And let's start it off. It's a special day today. You know what day today it is? Happy Earth Day to Earth. Happy Earth Day to Earth. I mean, seriously, how many billions of years old is this planet? I mean, I'm not a scholarly scientist. I'm kind of like more of a blue-collar scientist. And when I was younger in school, I'll admit, I kind of did the minimum just to kind of get the grade, to get the diploma, to get out of high school, even though I even told Dr. Gisano my senior year of high school, I was contemplating failing so I could spend more time in school because I realized that those were going to be the easiest, best days of my life. Well, that's probably a self-fulfilling prophecy right there. Because, to be honest with you, so far, I kind of peaked in high school, and then it's all been, I've done other stuff, and life's been cool, don't get me wrong. But I was more on a roll back then, but I feel, with the help of this podcast and your viewer support, I can climb the highest mountain possible in the world nowadays. So let us put the shift back to the earth and what it's worth, because it's a beautiful place to live. I mean, I wouldn't want to live on Mars, wouldn't want to live on Saturn, definitely want to live on Uranus. So, Earth is a cool place to live, which is why it's always so interesting how all these companies like Tesla and Amazon, they want to go out to space, but they don't want to fix this planet. You would think with all the undiscovered stuff going on in the oceans that they would really want to explore there, because there's a lot to be explored over there, but they want to go further outward. And I personally would like to think that they should fix this planet before going on. It's kind of like, people that get married, don't work out, they get divorced, then go get married somewhere else. It's like no one wants to fix something. They'd rather just live disposably and move on, which is the premise for Future 86, the soundtrack, the film, the project. Whole podcast on that one you could check out. But I think the earth could really use some love. And I know it might seem really, really weird, like to be like Earth Day every day. But seriously, like Christmas, like Easter, even like Halloween, it's like these holidays come and go, and the message and the meaning behind them all fades away. Extreme sings a song, Christmas Time Again, and it's like, wouldn't it be nice if Christmas could last all year? Because there is really a magic to the spirit of Christmas. And even Easter, people get very gracious and compassionate because they're honoring the death of Christ, which totally get. But they focus on the negative, not going to be a religious podcast, but I'm just saying, why do people hate on Buddy Jesus? And if you don't know who Buddy Jesus is, Google Buddy Jesus or the movie Dogma. And to me, those are the kind of Jesus shirts that I would think that people should be wearing. Just like Earth, like people are like Earth Day every day, right? Well, not a lot of people, to be honest with you, because I really feel that it's almost like a fraction of the people. But the good thing is, even the fraction of people that do it, it's better than nothing, right? I went to the Tree Cycle event this past weekend over in Stanley Deming Park in Warwick, New York. And it was really cool. It was people repurposing things and honoring the earth. And I got a chance to talk to the head of Wickham Works, the organization that ran this thing, and she gets it. Like, they have like recycled art projects, and they're all about sustainability, because truly, like, that is the one thing that is, gonna lead to the demise of this planet, is all the garbage. After a while, it just builds up, and we're consuming at a rapid rate. Like, come on, like, what are we gonna do? Like, can't we just like be more mindful? Do we need all that extra stuff? I mean, it's filling up the landfills, and then if you go YouTube it, there's like tons of trash being tossed into the ocean. So there's that. And then there's development. At what point do we say, hey, we need to like work what we got? Because if you've seen the movie WALL-E, and if you haven't, please pause this, go watch WALL-E and come back. That's the future projection that I see. People wonder about like seeing into the future. I watch movies and I say, you know what, this is someone that's probably seen the future, because this is what's going to happen if we don't stop. We're over consuming, and the challenge becomes like the population needs a place to live, and then all of a sudden you take up all the green space, and then you're fighting to find a speck of nature and earth, and it's a delicate balance. It's a really delicate balance. I heart technology. I heart robots. I heart evolution. But that's the challenge. We're not evolving as a planet, society, as a human race in a healthy manner. And that's, I'm going to touch back on the Future 86 again. If we fail to plan, we plan to fail. And in my opinion, my estimation and my observations, that's going to happen to the human race. We've come so far in this world in such a short time, especially in this country, America. We're really a young country, and we have so much influence on the world, but it's almost like we're letting one of the 7 deadly sins, pride, get in the way of the next step, which is, balance. Like, I can't see a sustainable future if we don't slowly make the shift from disposable consumerism to next level stuff. And I said before, I heart robots, and technology is leading us into the future. And, especially now with all this AI stuff, I don't know if you're reading the news. There's like a whole mess of artists and musicians and actors and stuff like that are trying to get a petition signed, because people can literally create stuff with their likeness that's not them, and it seems like them, and it's A, deceitful, but B, it's like they're raping their personality and profitizing it, because they'll put up a YouTube channel, get a bunch of likes and get some money on it, and it's not even the people. And that to me is an abuse of technology. And the other thing is, when it comes to robots, like, if we're charging so much for like just a phone right now, when we finally do have like smart robots, how much is that going to cost us to get Rosie the robot made, that cooks your dinner, cleans your house, and does all that stuff, and then you're still working a 40-hour week. Like, pushing buttons, like George Jetson style. It's strange. I would think that the idea of technology is to make our lives easier so we can spend more time with our family, spend more time living life and enjoying life and doing the things that we want to do, as opposed to being slave over labor. That to me is a better future. Now, if you watch The Good Place and you see what happens when they all go to heaven, the good place, it can, I guess, lead to complacency. But right now, the companies that are running the show, it seems like it's profit over profit, and there's no end in sight. And the funny thing is, they say they're green companies. If you're green, if you're truly a green company, then you make stuff that runs better, works better, lasts longer. There's phones that were made in the 80s that still work today. You plug it in the outlet. It doesn't matter who the carrier is that you're paying for your phone service. It still works. Now you take that same technology now where the communication device, after a while it becomes obsolete because of the fact that the software upgrades and then the carrier network, this isn't compatible with 5G. You need the new phone because your phone is a 3G. Blah, 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 blah. Which, if you make the technology, then you're really bad at making it if you can't make it compatible with the stuff in the past. There's no backwards compatibility. So, why isn't there a tech company out there that's doing that's kind of low-hanging fruit? You make something that's backwards compatible, consumer friendly, and you save the human race, and you gain a lot of face by doing the right thing, because you're doing it for the love of the service and being altruistic, as opposed to just going for the cash crops. And I know people are saying, well, this is capitalism. Yeah, that's cool and all, but if I had a technology company, that's what I would do, because then I would have all the people. You create the market, where, hey, everyone's just going to buy my phone because I made it the best. It's going to last forever, and that's that. And you make your money on software, which is super green because there's zero waste, and you just you charge a nominal fee for your software upgrades, and that's that. And then you focus your attention on the next level stuff. Like, instead of putting 4 cameras, 5 cameras, 6 cameras in the back of a phone, you make that stuff like super indestructible, and you make it super water resistant, and then you focus on building spaceships and teleportation devices, stuff that people really care about, time traveling machines, because you're not going to get to that if you're just flipping burgers all day long. You're just not. You're too busy dealing with that chump change. You probably make more money, and this is the reality of it, if you open up repair shops, like localize them and just put them all around the planet. Then you have the best company in the world. But who is I to speak? Well, I is Johnny, and I is very happy. Today I'm producing and dropping the song "It Is Easy Being Green," because of the fact that I think Kermit was wrong. I think if you really put your heart, mind, and soul into something, you can be green. And I also noticed, if you really listen to the lyrics of "It Ain't Easy Being Green," Kermit is kind of bipolar. He starts out, he's like just complaining about it's so hard to be green, so hard to be green. And then, you know what? He's happy to be green. And you know what I'm happy? I'm happy that you're here joining me on the Who the Heaven Is I podcast. What are your thoughts on sustainability answer the question in the poll that pops up on the Spotify, and you may win a prize. Yes, right. You may win a spark of my soul. Seriously. Peace, love, and happiness to everyone out there. Hug a tree, plant one, and remember, this earth doesn't go away after today. So let's try to be the wings of a butterfly, and any change is positive change multiplied over 1 billion years. So let's do the right thing for future generations, not just for ourselves today and tomorrow, but for the inhabitants of this planet, not even just the humans. I didn't even get into the animal stuff. Maybe I'll do another episode later. Maybe I'll do a bonus episode. Boop! And I'm going way over my 15-minute allotment here. But I think you're all cool. Thanks for joining us. Love you all. And I will talk to you sometime between now and later.